Right here at the Wiesing Center. 58 Real Madrid, 52 Panathinaikos. And we got 10 more minutes to go as Felipe Reyes checks into the game for Real Madrid with Ione, Prepelic, Reyes, Deck, and J.C. Carroll. Langford, Antetokounmpo coming out for defensive purposes. Gist, Vujicic, and Kalatis. Haven't seen Lekevich back on the bench yet, so he's probably still back in the locker room getting stitched up. And hopefully we'll see him back out soon, as he's an important part of this team. Deck off to J.C. Carroll, and if they let J.C. Carroll let it fly, they're going to be in trouble. And not much you can do if you're Keith Langford. You're all over him in his face. You know it's coming. And he still drills the three. Kalatis down to Gist, and now it's a 9-point lead. Langford to the basket. Out to Gist, who faces up against Felipe Reyes, and Reyes will be called for the foul. And that's what Felipe's job is right there, is to get in there, play some good hard defense, make some contact. Go to Gist. Don't let him get to the basket easily, as it'll be Panathinaikos ball out of bounds. Gist, the shot in the corner, can't find it. And it'll be all the way back out to Vujicic. Off to Kalatis. Kalatis trying to get to the basket. Comes back off of J.C. Carroll. And again, stutter steps. And there's Kalatis' first 2-point basket of the night, as he's now 1 for 7. And he's going to need a big fourth quarter if you want to get his team back into this game. Deck up top. J.C. Carroll again using his body, but it's Prepelic getting it on the other side with the pick from Ione. And as Vujicic stepping out a little bit too late on Prepelic, and that'll be the first team foul for Panathinaikos here in this fourth quarter. Vujicic called for that first team foul. Carroll will take this ball out and probably run him, Keith Langford all the way to the other side of the floor, but it's Prepelic trying to get to the basket. Off to Felipe. Felipe for 2 from the corner. He's off the mark a little bit. It's Kalatis wanting to run to the fast break, and he gets a nice pass down the middle to James Gist running the break. And that's what you're used to seeing between Kalatis and Gist. That's the first time they hook up tonight, and only the second assist of the evening for Kalatis. And it's Antetokounmpo doing what he does best, being physical. As Panathinaikos once again pulls back to within 5 points. See Antetokounmpo going for that steal. Ooh. A bad play by Thanasis. That's what he's out there for. Just like Felipe is out there to play defense, so is Antetokounmpo, and any points they get from him, they take as a bonus. Prepelic pulls up from 3, and Kalatis steps behind the pick and gets stuck behind it. Prepelic pulls up for 3. Kalatis taking his time, getting the ball out of bounds. His team's down 8 with 8:20 to go. J.C. Carroll all over Nick Kalatis. Went off the pick up top to Gist. Gist off to Langford. Langford with the crazy move right there as Prepelic falls off of Gist and kind of kicks Langford. Look at the roundhouse heel kick right there by Prepelic. And it's Papa Petru who checks back into the game for Antetokounmpo. They need some stops, but they also need offense, and Antetokounmpo will go to the bench in favor of Papa Petru, who hit 2 threes earlier in that third quarter to help his team back into it. He's got 8 points and 7 rebounds. So they're looking for him to get back in. Gist fighting with Felipe Reyes down low, having trouble getting the ball in bounds. Vujicic had to put it down on the ground against Ione. Ione who's going to get the steal, and they get it, and it's good fight by Gustavo Ione. Good defense, getting his hand in there. But on the tie-up, it'll be Panathinaikos' ball, but next possession will go to Real Madrid. It's always an important thing to think about coming into this game when you're talking about a tight game. The number of possessions left right now. And the type of jump ball we see Capasso getting his rest goes to Real Madrid. Kalatis trying to get to the basket. Got to pull up for a long 3 way off the mark right there. And it's Gabriel Deck with the big rebound. Trying to extend this 8-point lead is Real Madrid. We're going to be looking for J.C. Carroll right here. Nice defense here by Langford by pushing through the first pick, but Carroll never stops offensively. As you can see, the physicality down low. They don't want to give it up. Ione Trying to do it himself as Colates can't get his hand in. Ione kicks it out. And it's an off three-pointer by Gabriel Deck. Gist comes down to rebound. Langford slowly brings the ball up, tries to get to the basket. He kicks it out to Gist, who wants to pull up for three, but he gives it up to Papapetru. Papapetru off to Colates, who goes to the basket. Bounce pass to Ruyukis, who can't get it, and he gets the rebound and goes up the second time. And it'll be a foul, and it'll be Ruyukis going to the line here for 2 shots as he took a little shot to the face right there. Good hustle. He needed to go up right there quickly when he had Gustavo Ione coming over. Try to get that foul on Gustavo Ione and the and one. Panathinaikos just hanging around, but they're gonna have to make a move quick. As we saw in the third quarter, Real Madrid is capable of running around this thing, going on an 8-0 run and opening this game up at any time. So they can't just hang around against a team like Real Madrid. They got to get back into this game. And hopefully for them, they can do it here from the line as Ruyukis goes 1 for 1 on the first set of 2 free throws. 77.8% free throw shooter on the season. And he's off on the second one, and Ione saves the ball before it goes out of bounds. 7-point lead for Real Madrid. Reyes can't get it back to Prepelic. There it is. And now it's going to be all about J.C. Carroll, but instead they break off in an offensive foul on the pick by Felipe Reyes. And she gets called for the blocking foul, trying to open up, free up J.C. Carroll. And again, 7-point lead. Could be turned down into a 2-possession game. There's a nice basket here by Panathinaikos. Colates pushes off Carroll to get the ball. They want to set things up. Ruyukis with the pick up top. Colates going to the basket with the floater and an easy 2 as Ione didn't come up in time. Didn't expect him to help. Didn't expect Colates to get that shot off so quickly. And Ruyukis with a nice pick. Colates gets his team to within 5. And it's Prepelic again off the mark, this time long. And here comes Panathinaikos. Colates set things up. He wants the same play again. Just talked to Ruyukis. Wants that pick. This time he's going to roll to the basket. There it is. And this time it's Ruyukis with the play as they talked about it all the way down the court. And it's a 3-point game with 6:25 to go. Panathinaikos, as I talked about, chipping away at the lead. And trying not to let Madrid run away with the game, and that's the best way to do it, by giving Colates the ball up top. And all of a sudden, Colates is on 3 assists, 9 points, and it doesn't matter what he does throughout the first 3 quarters. If he can get things going here in the 4th quarter, that's the most important time for him and his teammates, and they need him. Walk away here, 3 points, putting pressure on Real Madrid. You know how big it is to win this first game at home and get off to a good start. How important it'd be for Panathinaikos to get a victory here, kind of take the pressure out of them and turn the stage around and give themselves home court advantage. We see the 2 plays, one little floater by Colates and the next floater by Papagiannis, and that's something they talked about all the way down the floor. We saw it come to fruition right there.
Un applauso para las disciplinas del Real Madrid.
Reyes coming back out on the floor. Gustavo Ione, Rudy Fernandez checks into the game, and Campasso is back in the game as Carroll goes to the bench. Oh no, I'm sorry, Carroll's still out on the floor with Campasso, Fernandez, Reyes, and Gustavo Ione. Colates and Ruyukis out there again. J.C. Carroll looking to get open. He's got a little opening right there. You saw it coming. J.C. Carroll's off the mark. Langford comes flying in over the top of everybody for the big rebound. There's an opportunity here for Panathinaikos to get in, at least into a tie situation. And it's Colates dropping the 3-pointer to tie things up. And it's Panathinaikos getting themselves right back into this contest. And Real Madrid has to do something there quick. J.C. Carroll trying to get to the basket, and he trips up. And they're going to call a foul down low. And Deshaun Thomas is pleading his case. And that'll be the 3rd team foul. Real Madrid already has 14 fouls in this quarter. And As you know, that 64-64, Panathinaikos has not led in this entire game. They had a chance right there. If they could have got off on that break, it'll be Trey Tompkins and Jeffrey Taylor stepping back into this game. See if Taylor could light it up again like he did in the first quarter and reopen his lead for Real Madrid. Rudy Fernandez off the pick, back to Capasso. Ione looking for the pick and roll up top. It's Yukis with the nice help. Leaves Ione for a minute, but good retreat. It's Jeffrey Taylor off from three this time. But Yukis with a good rebound, keeps it up high because Rudy was coming in to steal it. Kalatis off the Papatrou. He doesn't want to do anything with it right there. They want to set things up. And it'll be 12 seconds as Kalatis retreats back to get the ball. Coming off the pick again, Vayukis off to this Deshaun Thomas. Thomas with the three-pointer from up top as he got Tompkins to settle down into the lane. And there's your first lead for Panathinaikos with 5:05 left to go in this fourth quarter. And we have ourselves a contest here, people. Rudy Fernandez in Ione. Vayukis doing a good job of trying to keep it from the basket. Oh, it's an offensive foul on Gustavo Ione. As Zion Vayukis takes the bump, takes the hit, and goes down. And Panathinaikos is feeling the rhythm. Do they get back into this game a little bit too early, or can they continue to keep the pressure on Real Madrid? As we have a 64-67 point game here, scored, 3-point advantage for Panathinaikos. And that is the 15th foul for Real Madrid. It's an offensive foul, so there'll be no foul shots on that. But every foul after this will be 2 shots for Panathinaikos. And they still have 1 foul to give here with 4:45 to go. So what Panathinaikos could do offensively, they're taking advantage of every possession down. It's Kalatis this time, going to the basket. Kalatis finding a lane. And like I said, it doesn't matter what you do for the first 3 quarters. Stepping up in the fourth quarter is the big American. That point guard, Capasso, trying to get things organized for this team off the Rudy Fernandez, who's going to want to take the shot for Real Madrid, as it seems like everybody's kind of holding the ball a little bit, not looking at the basket, going east to west, as I mentioned before. And with 4:21 to go, all of a sudden it's a 5-point lead, and Papapetrou called with the obvious foul right there. Now, all fouls will send both teams to the line. Tompkins slips the pick, and there's a wide open, good defense by Langford with the block. Oh, what a great rotation by Keith Langford. And that leaves 7 seconds on the shot clock for Real Madrid. Panathinaikos has made a huge run to get back into this game. Tompkins in the corner. Off to Capasso. Capasso can't find any. 2 seconds. Capasso launches one up in the air, and it's way off the mark. And we got a foul called underneath the basket. And I got a feeling it's going to be on James Gist against Walter Tavares. Tough call right there for Panathinaikos because they had a chance to run the fast break. You see right there, there's the box. Oh, Gist had to get his hands up on him and hold him out. That was the problem right there, and it'll be Tavares going to the line. Tavares, a good shooter, a big man, and he drills the first one to get his team back to within 4 points. What a big run here by Panathinaikos in the fourth quarters. Both teams will now go to the line every time. First blood. Huge run here by Panathinaikos. And Kalatis sticks another 3, putting the dagger in to Real Madrid. Couldn't make a shot throughout the first 3 quarters, but that's changed here in the fourth. She's up to 17 points and 4 assists. Capasso wants to come right back, but he's long enough to mark. Jeffrey Taylor with a big rebound. It was right in Kalatis' hands, and Rudy Fernandez sticks the 3. Remember that moment, folks. It was a 6-point lead. Kalatis had the ball in his hands, and Jeffrey Taylor comes out of nowhere, kicks it out to Fernandez, and makes it a 3-point game. That was a huge moment here. Kalatis wants to pull up again. He does one more time. This time he's off the mark, and Tompkins with the rebound. And they want to run it. No, they want to settle down here. They want to run an offense for Rudy Fernandez if they can. There's a ball out to Rudy. And now back to Capasso. Capasso trying to get to the lane. And there's Fernandez again for another three. Oh, Rudy in and out. Can't get the ball to drop, and Langford with the big rebound looking for Deshaun Thomas. Langford with the turnaround, fadeaway. Langford off the mark, and the ball is out of bounds on Tavares. And they don't maybe want to look at that. I don't know. I think it was Papa Petru and Tavares going after that rebound. I think it went out of bounds on Tavares. That's what the referees call us. We have a timeout right there. We're going to see it over the top. Yeah, last touch that was Tavares. And a great job going at the basket was Yukas right there. Not giving up anything easy to Tavares. We got 2:41 to go here, and it's a three-point game. Remember that play where Taylor comes out of nowhere and sneaks the rebound off in front of Kalatis. It was a 6-point game with a possession for Panathinaikos, and that turns into a three-point game as we go to our magic moment right here. 7 days magic moment of the night, and there's no doubt that this one is all about the big man Walter Tavares off the pick and roll with Rudy Fernandez. Fernandez putting it up, and boom, over the top of anybody in his way. As Papa Petru got into the little camera action right there, going up for that ball so close to the basket. But you know the big 7-footer is going up strong, and he's putting it down. As you see right there, 7 days magic moment of the game, but they need a couple more of those if Real Madrid want to do something here. You got 14 seconds to go on the shot clock. Panathinaikos ball underneath their basket, out to Kalatis. Kalatis looking for the pick up top from Viyukas. Kalatis doesn't want to pull up from three, but it's going to be Viyukas coming down to the bench. It's Kalatis, kicks it out to Langford, but a steal by Capasso, who reads the play perfectly. And that's a turnover by Kalatis. And see what Real Madrid can do to convert on it. Rudy wants to take his time here. Goes to the basket, off to Tavares. Tavares out, 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Viyukas coming out, gets split up by Capasso. Capasso gets it out to Tompkins. Tompkins from deep, but he's off the mark, and that ball's out of bounds on Eddie Tavares, and it's a huge defensive stop right there for Panathinaikos. And now their time to convert on offense. You see right there, Capasso writing it up right there in the corner, getting the steal. Now it's Langford. Might want to go against Capasso one-on-one. He's been effective around that foul line elbow area on the fadeaway with his left hand. And you see him getting to the basket. There's a kick ball, and it's going to be another 14 seconds on the shot clock for Panathinaikos. As Langford was looking for Yukas to cut to the basket. He popped out instead and was lucky enough to have someone get their foot on the ball. So 14 seconds to go, 1:53 to go here in the game. Big possession for Panathinaikos offensively as they are up one possession, 3 points right here, trying to put this up in two-possession area. Langford fades onto the corner but can't get it. Oh, Tompkins almost gets a steal at half court. Thomas puts it down. A little shaky right now with 10 seconds to go. Kalatis with 6 on the shot clock. Wants to get to the basket. Viyukas comes. Kalatis with the 3. Kalatis is long. It's Tavares with the rebound. And maybe took a little bit too much time getting that ball into bounds and getting set up as Panathinaikos. As you're going to see right here, Real Madrid set up, switching everything on defense is Panathinaikos. Capasso out to Tompkins in the corner. Tompkins wants to fade back. Can't get it. Capasso, 5 seconds on the shot clock. You got to see Viyukas going to step out. And the foul is on the floor, but it's going to be 2 shots anyways for Capasso to try to get his team to within 1. Viyukas got to know the shot clock time. Look, he tried to step out. Got a little bit of a hip on him right there. And couldn't get, just needed to cut him off a little bit more and use his size advantage over Capasso. Make him shoot that crazy shot from 3, maybe a fadeaway or something. But he comes out and hip checks him and puts Capasso on the line, and Capasso is a really good foul shooter at 89% on the season. So he's got a chance here to put his team back to within 1 point here. 72-70, Panathinaikos in the lead right now, 1:19 to go. Trying to convert both free throws. It's for Capasso at the line, and he does exactly that. Panathinaikos hasn't got a real good look at the basket in over a minute and a half. It's been Kalatis pulling up for a couple threes. They need to get this ball over half court. Kalates does just that with a second and a half to spare. And now it's Kirkpatrick who checks back into the game. Yukis up top going to the basket. Kalates making that strong through the basket. And the ball goes out. I don't know if that ball went out of bounds. Do we have another shot clock, another 14 seconds? It was Kalates walking along that end line and lost the ball. Now they're going to go back and look at it. And I'm not sure because he tried to tap it into the corner. I think that was to Kirkpatrick. I don't know if we're going to get a good look at this or not, but Kalates looked a little lackadaisical there. Do you see him right there? And the ball bounces. The ball bounces out of bounds. That's exactly what happened. But who touched it last? That's the question. Here comes Tavares' hands right there. And you can see Tavares knock it out of Kalates' hands. The ball goes out of bounds right there. Looks to me from this angle that Tavares gets the last touch. Let's see one more time here. And you see a little bit better maybe from this angle. Ball's out of Kalates' hand. There you see it touch. Ooh, I don't know. That looks like it might be off of Panathinaikos. And that ball is going to Real Madrid. Good call by the referees, and that's exactly what instant replay is used for. As you see, Tavares gets it off of Kalates' face and then off his hand one more time. And no foul there, so Panathinaikos put themselves in a position here to go down with a minute to go in this game as Capasso brings things up, and we got ourselves a 1 minute ending here. 1 point game. Panathinaikos up one, Real Madrid with the ball, and there's a foul up top on Kirkpatrick, and it'll be Rudy Fernandez who will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Who takes a shot to the eye right there. Gonna go to the line and try to put his team up by 1 point, 54.7 seconds to go. Rudy Fernandez, better free throw shooters on the team at 82.5%. Took a little shot to the eye though. Let's see what he can do. And he's going to take his time at the foul line. And it's Kirkpatrick taking a rest in favor of Keith Langford coming in for some offense. And Rudy Fernandez can't go as they're going to switch Rudy Fernandez out for another foul shooter. And of course, why not? They're going to bring J.C. Carroll in. 82.5% free throw shooter coming out of the game for a 93-point free throw shooter as he comes off the bench. Carroll comes to the line. Carroll drills the first one, ties this game up at 72. Rudy right there coming off. Getting looked at on the bench. And there's J.C. Carroll trying to give his team the 1 point lead. As they make a nice little run here to get back into this game. And now take the lead with 52 seconds left. Kalates brings it up floor. Fans are on their feet. The bench is on their feet. Kalates off to Yukis up top to Langford. Langford going to want to try to take Capasso one-on-one. That's exactly about what defense by Capasso. Look at the contact, and Langford off the mark, and J.C. Carroll with the rebound. And what a defensive possession by Capasso, as there's about 8 seconds shot clock differential right now. So it's going to have to be a stop by Panathinaikos here if they can get it in and then get the ball out quick. They got a timeout, a couple timeouts to go. Capasso trying to get a foul to the foul line, and he's going to be called. Kalates is called for the foul at the foul line. No shot, so there's no basket, and Capasso will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Look at Capasso. Capasso looking for the contact, gets the contact, and we got a timeout on the floor. As Panathinaikos is stunned. I told you there was that play where Jeffrey Taylor steals the rebound, going right into Kalates' hand and kicks it out to Rudy Fernandez, who drills the 3. And at that point, I believe the score was 72-66. And Panathinaikos had a chance to have possession with a 6-point lead. And instead, it was Rudy Fernandez dropping that 3 to make it a 3-point game. And since then, it's been Real Madrid battling back into this lead, and Panathinaikos hasn't scored since that 72-66 lead and that missed shot. And right now to be Panathinaikos getting possession with 14.5 seconds left. If Capasso makes these two, they could possibly go to the basket quickly for a quick two and a foul, or they can try to get a penetration and open for a three. Majeski's not in the game for three. You got Deshaun Thomas as a three-point shooter. Papa Petru as a three-point shooter. Kalates, who's shot a bunch of threes here tonight, but probably not the guy you want shooting a three at the end. He's 3 for 10 for the game. And you also got Yukas in the game. We'll need him around the basket. Right now, Capasso trying to make it a three-point game as he drills the first of two. We'll see what Rick Pitino and his troops have set up for this next offensive possession. This referee makes it perfectly clear that he wants to wait to the release of the shot before anybody steps into the line. Everything was clean, and it's a three-point game. And Kalates brings the ball up the floor with 14 seconds. Will they foul? That's the question. You foul Kalates, is a 50% free throw shooter, but it's Deshaun Thomas coming off for a three. He's off the mark. There's a rebound here by... They can't get it to go, and that is the end of the game, and Madrid pulls out a stunner, 72-66. They were down with a couple minutes left in this contest, and they finished the game on a 9-0 run as Deshaun Thomas misses the three to send this thing into overtime. But we'll be back right here Friday night for another one of these huge battles. This is playoff basketball in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague as Panathinaikos misses a huge opportunity right there. They had a 6-point lead with a couple minutes to go in this game and just couldn't convert going down to the end. Kalates misses a couple threes, couple turnovers, and they go into the locker room down 3. Lost this game by 3 and down 1-0 on the road. The first game of this Turkish Airlines EuroLeague playoff series. Madrid 1, Panathinaikos 0, 75-72 in the final. And now, let's see, tonight's Adidas player of the game is Walter Tavares, as the big man comes through once again with 8 points, 8 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, all starting out with the big dunk right there. 3 for 4 from the field, 19-point index rating, and they needed every one of those points, every one of those rebounds to get by this tough Panathinaikos team. Been holding a good offensive team in Madrid in the 70s in the last couple of games that they've played, but haven't been able to win the game. They lost a heartbreaker in round 29 on the Rudy Fernandez 3, and they lost another heartbreaker here. Are they gonna be able to break the ice on Friday night? As we see Tavares' numbers on the night, our Adidas player of the game, 8 points, 8 rebounds for the big man. Got a couple blocks, as we are used to seeing. What a night for Real Madrid to go up 1-0. Whereas there by Fabian Cossé, we see Kalates, who finished the game with 17 points. Not one of his best games, but he came up big in the fourth quarter and brought his team back into the game. Exactly what you expect out of your top player. Didn't have his customary night of 9-10 assists. And now let's go back and see the rest of tonight's highlights in this 3-point Real Madrid victory. It was a game that was pretty much dominated by Real Madrid throughout until the 64-point mark, where Olympiacos took the 64-point lead on a three-pointer. I think it was by Kalates or Deshaun Thomas, if I remember correctly, and kind of went to the point where they never looked back. But again, I go back to that one play. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it here in the highlights, where Jeffrey Taylor, who had a huge night all over the place, starting out the game 3 for 5 from three-point land, the dunk, the fast break to start out the second half. Had a huge game here, but one of the most understated plays was that rebound that he made with about 2 minutes left to go and his team down 6, and kicked the ball to Rudy Fernandez for the 3. And that was it. As you see, Tavares, biggest guy in the court, Campazzo, the littlest guy in the court, slap high fives right there over this 3-point victory. As you see the stats for tonight's game: 17 assists for Real Madrid. Total rebounds was Panathinaikos 39, and we will be back here on Friday as we go back and check out tonight's playoff picture. After this game, it's all done and set. Game 1 is over all around the league. And let's check out our playoff picture tree. Is Fenerbahce and Anadolu Efes 75-68 over FC Barcelona Lassa. Barcelona will look to tie that thing up on Friday if they can and get back home and play those next games 3 and 4 on their home floor, which will be a tough task for Anadolu Efes. And of course, Panathinaikos missed a huge chance here tonight, up 72-66, and Madrid goes on a 9-0 run to finish out the 4th quarter and takes the 1-0 lead here and retains home court advantage. That's exactly what happens. And Panathinaikos will look, game 2 is always tough when you come so close, but they feel as though they can do it. They've been close over the last 2 games, and they feel as though they can come in here and sneak one out and go back to OPAP in Athens and win the game. And I will see you on Friday night. Thank you for listening to me and putting up with me from here at the Wiesing Center. Real Madrid 1-0.